Oh, this is like things on.
Oh, put in. Alright, just finished an awesome walk through the redwoods, and now we're going to do the last. Is it on?
Yes.
Are you sure? Check to see if it's charges.
Yep, it is.
Alright. We're just going to do the last drive for Auntie Ree and Auntie Bruni. We're going to go also for maybe the Cuzzies in Sydney as well. So I think Bruni's in Surface Paradise or Gold Coast. And then we have more fun over in Melbourne and Sydney, and then my sister in Alice Springs. I don't know why I always say Saint, but it's Alice Springs. So, oh, jeez, what happened to that road? It's a bit bumpy. Alright, so first off, we're going to go to the touch fields. There are pretty much three main touch fields, which is Linton Park on Edmund Road, up Kenai Road, which is Eastern Pirates, where Dad used to play rugby, and we all used to play touch. Ottawa Park, and then we used to practice at 1, 2, 3 fields, and those fields were across the road from Glen Home School, just down by our church, and Primary School and Turner Drive Park. Sometimes for a different family, but we used to do Park Road as well, but not all the time. But anyway, so we'll go to these places. The first one is at Tenai Road, the old Eastern Pirates. I think they're actually still going. Yeah, I think so. Oh, and we're in a traffic jam. So this one here is the Eastern Pirates. So I'll go drive around here and show you the fields. And this is where Rotorua touch fields were back in the day, back in the 80s and 90s. I don't even know if they play touch out here anymore. This is also where I used to do my kicking. Oh, it's Neil Hunt Park. This is Neil Hunt Park. The sign's back there, but it's too dangerous to stay there. So I used to run my gym out here, and it used to be called Kick New Zealand, and we used to also play touch at Eastern Pirates. You see it? Oh yeah, the sign's still there, Eastern Pirates. So over here is where I used to do my gym. Right here, and Rotorua Leagues Club still going. Woohoo! Right there. So I used to run my gym out there, in here. Used to get packed. We had to come out into the club rooms instead of in the studio. And then over here, we had the best time with Nan and Papa. We used to play touch out here, these fields. Not sure if they play touch out here. Oh, but they've started playing touch up at Westbrook. That's where we play now, well, the boys do. So this is the first touch fields. Actually, it's not the first. It was the third, actually. The third touch fields when touch started in Rotorua. To go to see Papa Fred, our dad. What are you playing in? So I just squeezed in there. Maybe for Auntie's and them's last video you can do some music for it. Do you have time in your busy schedule? Oh yeah, by the way, Dale just got his restricted license. So he's got, if he doesn't go for a defensive driving course, which I did to get my license faster, then he has to wait a year and a half. But because he is going to do it so that he can get it in a year's time, in about 10 months time, we're going to stick him on a defensive course and then go for his license, his full license. So we go to Sala Street, and then Aroa Park was the first place where Rotorua Touch started. That's with Donald Iron, David Hayter, Fred Andrews, Manny Beasley, all of them, Lippy Sinnott, all these people, all the Stone family. It was such a beautiful time, and I so loved it. I was only 8 when that started. Just gonna see Papa. And Rotorua Cemetery. For Auntie Maria. Good old Sala Street. critical errors.
I only got one critical error.
Or one critical error and a warning.
If I had 2 critical errors, then I wouldn't have passed.
Oh, did she say that?
Yeah, that's
I don't know. Yeah, it's what? How many years since? Over 30 years since I did my test. And my first time was down in Motueka, which I actually failed. And then I came up here and I got it. I failed because I was too fast. Like your critical warning, eh, baby? There you go. There's Papa and Nanny Ma, Nanny Pa. Ta-da, Tamaria doing the loop. We come out and we have lunch with Papa and sometimes dinner. And when I'm at the boys, I usually come out here by myself, but they don't know that. Now they do, I guess. Alright, there you go. And where's the next place? So Dale's sleeping on my arm while I'm driving. Jeez. Because he just got so stressed out doing his road, his physical test for his restricted driver's license, and I was allowed to go. The assessor let me go. Didn't even ask, she just asked if I would like to go. So I said yes, of course. And he passed. But his one critical error was he went 55 k's in a 50k zone. And then the other warning was that he doesn't use his mirrors. And I'm always at him for that. But I was so proud of him, he passed. Otherwise,
first try.
yeah, first try. You're better than mummy. I think I was 14 when I first tried down in Motueka. What is this vehicle doing? Stopping. Alright, so this part coming up now, just under here, the mountain, is called Rotorua Park, and this is where they have the Melbourne Cup. No, not the Melbourne Cup. Okay, I'm not a horse person. Well, I love horses, but I don't know the races. So Melbourne Cup I think is in Australia, but I don't know what this one is. New Zealand, something. So here it is here. This whole field used to be packed with touch players, but I can't really show you because I'm driving and Dale's falling asleep. Gee, you should swap with the boys, they'll take a video of it. This is when we had like 4 teams for Saints. We had Saint Mix, Saint Cobras, Saint Tigers. I think we had a women's team too. Jeez, it was so long ago. I was only 8 when we first started. And then if we turn here, see, Dale could be showing you the fields, but he's asleep. If we turn here, I'll try and turn around. So this is T Street. So I have really bad chronic hay fever. And the boys have hay fever, but I have chronic hay fever. My friend has it too, and she's had operation after operation that doesn't work. She takes Z-Top, well, Z-Top doesn't work, and that's what we take. So here we go. Here's the fields here. I'll see if I can drive in the same way we used to. This is where we used to play touch, people. And we used to have to cross the horse track. A literal horse track that used to have heaps of divots, and those divots were to get across the dirt where the horses raced. Oh, they've got Ridges here. I think Ridges was here last time, but I can't remember the name of it then. As I said, I was only 8 when we first started. And here's the fields here, but you can't. Okay, this looks really different. So this is where we play touch for the first time. There we go, I can drive right there. There we go. In fact, see these stands up here, just behind the sign. Oh, excuse me. Oh yeah, all the time, baby. And there's a photo of us where Dad was sorting out our shirts and my older brother were just sorting or waiting for our time to play. Here we go. The old horse track, people. It was our first, there's Profiles Gym, that was called Razzies back in the day. You can see that right on the other side. This whole field used to take us for touch. It's so cool. So it's our first competition in Rotorua. And we got some photos of some people. Man, I was so young then, just a little girl. Tomboy girl. Alright, the next touch fields. Oh, brother. Not in the mud. Then we'll have to wash the car. So we've done that. Touch fields, Chennai, Rotorua Park, Glenholme. Alright, we'll go to Glenholme. We'll go to Clinkard for Auntie Bernie. Okay, we'll just wait for this car. Cool. So this is Fenton. Do you see those lights on us? Okay, so Auntie Murray wanted us to go down Malfoy Road and then we'll connect on to Glenholme, where we used to, well, across the road from Glenholme School. And that's where we used to play practice touch. There's Pat. I saw Pat again down. Dale's away with the fairies. Oh my god, Jason. That's actually a compliment. It's nice. Pat's nice. So there's a few apartments here that give me the warm fuzzies. That's a personal. Oh yeah, I used to live down there, right there on Malfoy Road. There's a few ways to get to these parks, but we'll just go down this way. You can turn left here, but we'll just go straight down. Unless there's any more requests, this is going to be the last video for driving. But we did take some prior to this, but I just haven't had a chance. Life happens, so. Alright, so RI here. I think I've got hay fever over in the States where my husband was working on a farm with his cousin, and yeah, I just got real bad hay fever from all the hay, all the pollen, all the different pollens, and then just from that time forth, this was before Dal was born, and then while Dal was in my tummy, oh here's Miller, so all the crew from Sydney. There's Miller Street. So awesome. And here's Clinkard. Should we go down Clinkard first and then come back up? So this is Clinkard. All our fun are in Australia. Oh, Clinkard Ave. And we've got heaps of photos of us here back in the day. so we used to practice down here. We used to have so many people. We had teams from Australia come play with us. Just had heaps and heaps of fun. So we're back on Malakas. That's Clinkard Ave, or Clinkard Cruz, or no, what was it, guys? Clinkard. Clinkard Ave. Right there. Let's turn around. That is the whole Ave. It's like a crescent, so I don't know why it's called an Ave. It is a crescent because the crescent's right around. And then, just over here, everybody used to ball on up. Here, well, this beautiful field here, which brings so many beautiful memories that we used to play here, right here. Love it. This field brings so much joy. Called Saints, the Saints. Now we've got a vehicle coming. School, and we used to just practice here. And there's our church up there. Never went to church growing up, but when I was 25 I just prayed, and I didn't even know if there was God, and I found out maybe a week or two later my prayer was answered, and wondering what the hell I was supposed to be here on earth for. Because I was on top of my world with everything that was happening. I just had everything at my fingertips, just loved life, and just wondering, is this all we get? Is this all that happens? And I just felt in my gut there was something more that was missing. And yeah, had two friends come over. Well, actually, there's heaps of different stories how the seeds were planted. But mainly, it was a family that had asked me to do some classes at the church, and I said no, because I didn't want to go to church then. I didn't know who Jesus Christ was at the time. But here we go, here's Manuka Cruz. This is where Nani Ma Nani Pa lived for a little bit. I remember them when I was 4 down at Victoria Street first. So this is Manuka Cruz, and then we'll go down Puriri. We'll just go right to the end of Manuka. Oh my goodness, so many memories. Look at that, right there. Beautiful. Love it. Okay, so this was another field we used to come and practice sometimes. Wasn't big enough. I'll show you soon. I'll just come back. So this is where we used to come when Nani Ma Nani Pa sold their railway home, and they moved here. Mostly they were at Victoria Street, where we had our home as well. So I can turn it around, show you back this way. Like a Chris. Play here for a little bit, but it wasn't that great, so we ended up going to a different field just because it wasn't big enough there, and we just changed because it was too small. especially sometimes we used to have 6 teams all waiting to play, and so we used to play team on team and then swap around. There you go. We'll just do pretty. You boys don't even know what I'm talking about, eh? This was my childhood growing up. Yeah. And Susan DeVoy used to live down here on Purity Crest. We'll go down this way and then we'll come back around. There you go. Where, babe? Oh, I don't know. Maybe a new teacher? Could be. I've got whānau galore everywhere around the world now. But mostly just in Australia. There you go. Ta-da! Because this is a crescent. Pretty crescent. Alright, we're going to go down Old Taupo again and then connect onto Malfoy. Auntie wanted us to go down, and we'll show you the touch fields that we used to play at Linton, which actually still have a competition, I'm guessing. I don't know. I know our competition's now up at Westbrook, but there might be a competition at Linton but a different name. I'm not sure. I can't hear you, baby. We're heading home now. But then we're going to the gym, aren't you guys going to the gym? What it's? Eh? Didn't you ask your cousin to meet you there? No. You guys need some exercise. We didn't even do a proper walk. No, we're not going that track again. That was short, too short. That was too short, way too short. No, I've got to show it to you. This is the last video. Okay? Why? What's happened to your devices? Have they been all shut off or something? Why are you guys crying? Plug it in. Why aren't you plugging it in? Plug it in, monkey. Why? There's other charging stations. You've got one behind you, Bubba. I've got 2 up here and I'm only using 1. Alright, now we'll have to do a song here. You guys need to stop moaning. Oh, we can show them the new touch fields where Emma and Eden play. Dale didn't want to continue because he got too much to do. All his NCAs to finish. He's trying to finish off his 3 years of NCAs in 1 year because he wasn't allowed to do it until he turned. This isn't it, eh? No. Wrong one. Yeah, next one. So for 3 years, he wants to try to whack it out in 1 year. Definitely 2 years in 1 year, but he wants to try and do 3 years. He can, but he just has to allocate his time properly. So this is where the new Touch, Rotorua Touch is. This is called Westbrook. Westbrook Fields. It's where they play cricket, soccer. Oh, we can't take you up, it's locked. So they play up there on the left and the right. Right up there. And the netball courts are on the other side. This is the old Westbrook. Right, back down Malfoy, then Ford Road, then Edmund Road, and then Linton. The two parks after that. Well, it's actually a school and then a park, but they've closed off Western Lights Primary School. So what we used to do, Western Lights Primary School used to be totally open, didn't even have a fence. Then they noticed cars were missing the corner and going down onto the field, so they put a little fence up which you could just go hop over because it was just up to your knees. And then they put a barrier, and then the school has now put a big fence up because it's kind of like a tough area now. My two younger ones want to move from this area, but my oldest one he's very nostalgic and wants to keep as many memories as he can while he's young. He'll need to move on soon. Alright, so this is Ford Road. So walks usually take an hour, but these boys were being a little bit stink and they wanted to go home early just to play on their silly games. Why do you want to go home, you two? Oh, water? Good. Why didn't you say? Oh, come on. Oh, it's not cold enough for them. Eden, that's not right. Okay, so back in the day, there were two Rotorua Touch modules, and one was called Rotorua Touch, which was wired out where I showed you down by Essen Pirates, and then this one here used to be called Geyser Touch. And Geyser Touch was run by one of my aunties, one of my dad's sisters, and then Rotorua Touch was run, they were both presidents of the Touch associations, and Rotorua Touch was run by my other auntie, my dad's brother's wife. And so this is one way to get into the fields for touch. So this is Linton Park Reserve, and this is where we played Geyser Touch. And I think they still play touch here, but I'm not sure. There you go. And I'll take you the other way through the club rooms. But man, I wish I could have taken a video of everything that happened. We used to play tournaments here. Sometimes we used, forgot Rotorua Boys High. We used to play there too for touch tournaments, and that was good. But it wasn't a competition, it was just touch tournaments there at Rotorua Boys High. Did we drive past it today? No, but in one of our videos we go past Rotorua Boys High, and that's where we used to play touch tournaments, Touch Rugby. Here's the second fields that we played touch at. It was in Linton Park. Yeah. Little girl just about falling off. Tian. Hi Tian! One of the twins. One of my students from Sunset Primary. Little cutie. He was so cute. Oh no, not Sunset. Whangamarino. Jeez, they're way over here. There you go, so there's the touch fields that we used to play at. Oh, I miss this place. Not even sure if they still play here. He doesn't remember. I think he does now. He goes, oh! Him and his sister are twins. Alright, so the last fields just down the road here. Identical. If you're going to have twins, man, you're going to have identical, don't you think? What do you reckon? I was always a bit scared to do that, but maybe girls, maybe later. What? Yeah, well, Nan's family have so many twins. Nanny's sisters had so many twins. In fact, there's still twins coming through the whānau, through the family. There we go. There's Western Heights Primary School where we used to play practice touch. Just practice. We didn't used to play games yet. There's just one field here. This is our first stomping grounds where we started learning to play touch. So Papa used to teach around the schools. He used to be the school coordinator and travel around the schools, and I used to be his little helper, his assistant, and used to teach touch. And then we used to have little, so I'll come back down and show you the field that we used to play on over here, just for practice for hours. And this is the field. Sometimes we just needed some extra space for people because we just got too packed down at Western Heights Primary School. So we used to practice here. Truck. We can just get up here like that. So this field right there, we used to play up here. Beautiful, huh? This is Turner Drive. That park never used to be there. There was nothing up here when we were little. So they've just put that there, and they've got a half court down there now. So it's cool. Alright, and then Western Heights Primary School. That is the last field, other than the sort of boys' high. What's this car doing? Let's wait for this vehicle. That we used to practice at, which is Park Road, but not as much as these ones that I've just shown you. But this is our main park where we used to play up until they started fencing it all off, and it just got too small anyway. If I had a video of all of us back then, man, that would be just amazing. But yeah, this is the real field that started Touch off, where our Uncle David Hayter and his brothers brought it to Rotorua from Australia. So it started way before they came to New Zealand and Australia, I'm assuming. And that's it. Ka kite.